God damn it, it's cold as fuck, man. Alright, so today's topic, I'm gonna talk about a lot of shit. I'm about to go all in because I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm gonna talk about spiritual corruption that goes on within our lives, or at least in my life, where like I could kind of live my life. And whenever I reflect in my life, I could see through the bullshit of my life. Meaning like I could see how like my life, I don't have I really do not have free will. The more I reflect my life experiences and my life situations, reflecting back is like, and how everything just adds up after situation, after any type of event, like how it adds up to where I have no control over. Like this shit, it kind of it pissed me off knowing that like spirit is in control of my life, and not in a good way. I mean it in a way where like if spirit wants you to experience certain type of abuse, certain type of misery, certain type of enslavement, certain type of being in restricted living areas, spirit is going to do whatever it takes to put you into that situation. Now, some people may say it's because your spirit craves experiences so you can evolve and grow. Some people may say it could be your karmic lessons, or you've done something bad in the past life, so now you got to pay for it in this lifetime. Or some people, or how I like to think is that like maybe spirit wants to put you into fucked up situations where you're feeling miserable, just so you could learn from these situations. So once you become in a better position in life to where you're being wealthy, or like to where like you're able to help a lot of people, because at times I feel like spirit puts me in situations to where like it's a, man, to be honest, I don't fucking like making YouTube videos. The only reason I make YouTube videos is so I can make money in this bum ass world. Nothing in this world excites me. The only time that I'm tolerable of doing is being in the fucking military. That's the only thing that's tolerable for me. Like I can't work at no at these fucking jobs. I don't have the patience. I just don't. The older I'm getting, is like the more like I lack patience, and the more I'm irritable is because like this society, it pisses me off so much. Nothing in this world excites me. I'm like this shit is so outdated. Everything's just fucking lame. And it's not because like, oh, like I'm not good at everything, or I'm not good at certain things. No, there are things where I could be really great at, and I am good at due to talent, and there are things I'm naturally good at. But does it mean I enjoy doing it? No, the fuck I don't. You know what I'm saying? I have the potential to get my master's degree, my bachelor's degree. I have the potential to fucking to be very wise when it comes to money investments and shit like that. I can be very good when it comes to certain information, but does it mean I enjoy it? No, the fuck I don't. I don't. I don't know. It's because I live a lot of lives, or because I've been here so many times, or I don't know. It's because I can see through the bullshit, or like I just have higher expectations than the average person for like shit that people like and they're willing to settle. I don't like that shit. This is why I'm always constantly moving. I'm constantly on the go. I'm constantly changing career situations because like shit doesn't satisfy me. And it pissed me off her like no matter how hard I fucking work, spirit or God or the universe or whoever the fuck will always, it won't back me up. It won't fucking reward me. I'll put in the work. I'll study my ass off to get into certain jobs, to get into certain careers, and then spirit will always put me into bum ass situations. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't in a position where I get what I want, but not what I need. You know what I'm saying? And I can use my life experiences. I'm gonna use it later in this video. But just because I'm making this live doesn't mean that I want to make this live. You know what I'm saying? I'm just releasing anger and frustration because currently, unfortunately, I'm in a bum ass area and it's fucking snowing. And so I can't even go out. I can't even do shit outside. You know, people who like the cold, people who like winter, these people who like that kind of weather, I feel like these people really have no lives and they have no hobbies and they're not meant for great things. Who the fuck likes the cold? Who the fuck's like the winter? You know what I'm saying? If you're the type of person that you like the cold, you like the winter, you ain't got shit to offer in life. Like your life is boring because with the winter, you can't go out, you can't hike, you can't go for a run, you can't work out, you can't do your yoga, you can't meet different types of people, you can't explore outside because everything's so fucking cold and restricted. And if you're the type of person that you actually love that shit, there's something fucking wrong with you. Because having the cold weather and constant snow, that shit is not the human body. It's clearly that the human body can't take that shit. The human body is more adaptable. It's naturally the human body is made to be put in a fucking warmer climate weather. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being in an area where it's fucking cold and it's like fucking snowing every fucking day. I'm bro, like I'm in a shitty ass fucking barracks apartment, and like I can't do shit outside because it's always fucking snowing outside. So it's like I ain't got shit to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't even like go out. I can't meet people. I can't fucking and there's certain gyms that are closed, and these gyms are just so fucking small, dude. Like everything is just lame, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bitching and complaining, but it's just like I just expect more because I work hard. I put in a lot of work, but spirit doesn't reward me. It always puts me to shitty ass situations. You know what I'm saying? Like I worked so hard to get into the military. I busted my ass off. I studied for the ASVAB my ass off for a lot of years, and I got a high score for that. And it took me a lot of trial and error and failure and setbacks, but I kept trying, and I finally got a really good score. Only for me to be stuck at a job I don't like for fucking 4 years, and I can't fucking get out. I can't just leave the military. I can't just quit. The military is not like any type of job. You can't just stay there, and you can't just fucking like quit whenever you want. No, I gotta stick to it until my contract is up, and I don't get out to 2026 February, so I got 2 more years in this bitch, man. I'm just so sick of it. It's just, man, like the first year was all right, but then the couple years in the military, I'm just so sick of it. Like I want to get the fuck out, man. 'Cause I'm tired of living in a shitty ass living area. The job sucks. It's fucking miserable. It's just fucking lame. And ironically, I'm in fucking Kansas. Like, there's nothing to fucking do in Kansas. There's fucking nothing. It's just a fucking like area where it's just fucking snow all day. It's cold. The climate's all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pissed because I feel like wow, like I put in so much work to even be in the military to pass my test, and for spirit to reward me to put me in a fucking shitty ass area in a shitty ass job. You know what I'm saying? After all the hard work I put in. You know, same thing with family. Like I'm the type of person where like I'm very respectful. I'm very nice to people. I'm very cool, calm, and collected. But spirit decides to put me around just stupid ass, retarded ass family members who fucking bitch and complain, who are very abusive and like they don't take accountability. They like to start shit, and when I defend myself, then they want to play victim. And what's worse is that like they're all like that. They're all fucking like that. So in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? And and I already know, like, trust me, I'm not like most people. Most people, they don't know what they want in life, and they don't know their life path, and they can't see through the bullshit of their life. This is why people are the way they are. This is why people are negative. This is why people are just shitty. You know, with me, I'm not saying I'm all knowing, but like I do a lot of research. I do a lot of study, and I have experiences, and I use my intuition. So this is why I can see through my life, and I can see through situations and experiences to where like, yeah, I spirit clearly done some shit to where like it's out of my control. You know, this is why there's certain things where I'm trying new things, but if I don't like it, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't care at this point. Like I don't care if I'm not like at this point. I don't care if I leave multiple jobs, and if it ends up in me being homeless, or ends up in me being like living in my car, then so fucking be it. Because I'm to the point where like I can't stand this shit. Like the older I'm getting, the more I'm starting to value my time. Is just like, and time is speeding up, and it's just I'm just so tired of being fucking miserable and just being annoyed with these stupid ass jobs and these stupid ass living areas. There's someone who keeps joining and leaving and joining my life. Man, people are fucking weird. Whatever, but yeah, but it's just weird. I'm just so sick of this shit, man. I'm so fucking tired of it. And to be honest, I could care less about making YouTube videos. The only reason why I make YouTube videos is to one, so I could positively make money, and two, so I could release my anger and my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of me making a TikTok or Instagram speaking how I speak, I'm not gonna do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it lacks a lot of privacy. At least with YouTube, people who are on your contact list, they can't find you. With other apps like TikTok, social medias, like all your contacts, they could track you. You know, that would make social media dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like I like on TikTok, like I have a fake account, and like tell me why like my fake account, like or my burner account, I have like fucking hundreds of people that aren't in my contacts I haven't seen years ago. Why the fuck are they in my recommendations? Why is TikTok recommending me them? Like I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like just stupid. Like what the fuck? Like some stalkers, weird ass shit, man. That's why I want to make YouTube. And what sucks about YouTube is that like unfortunately YouTube shadow bans a lot of content. This is why you see a lot of stupid ass people who have a lot of subscribers they don't make real good content. Most YouTubers, especially spiritual YouTubers who have a large following and subscribers who make a living off of bullshit as YouTube, I noticed about their personal lives that like in the outside world, they can't work a fucking job. They or either that or their health is all fucked up. So not only the health, either their mental health or their physical health is all fucked up. So either their mental or physical health is fucked up, and or they can't work a fucking job in society because their physical body is so fragile. So I feel like Spirit kind of feels sorry for them. So Spirit will kind of grant them with multiple subscribers and followers on YouTube, so now they can make a living off of that because Spirit knows that like these same people, they can't do shit out in the outside world if it wasn't for YouTube. So Spirit kind of feels sorry for them, and that's what I noticed. For his people who have like a low following on YouTube, what Spirit would do is like these same people, they could actually make something out of themselves in this society, in this world where like they can work a job, they can work a career, or they have certain connections where they can make money. But like I said, Spirit likes to balance shit out. So in return, Spirit's not gonna make these same people have a large following within subscribers, or you know what I'm saying? That that's like the spiritual aspect of it. Because I'd be observing people. I'm not saying I'm right, but like most people who are like legit and they have a good following subscribers, they ain't got shit in it. Fuck, I don't know. I'm just whatever. But yeah, but it just sucks because like there are people who are deserving of a lot more subscribers, a lot more viewers, and they need to get paid for what they're doing, especially the information they're dishing out. But unfortunately, again, shadow banned so heavy, and it forces them to not make a living off of YouTube, and they're not getting their money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Versus you have other people who talk about just stupid ass shit, or just, or when it comes to spirituality, people in the spiritual community, they talk about basic stupid shit, and yeah, they get rewarded. I'm like, what the fuck? And these same people, like I said, they can't offer nothing to the outside world if it wasn't for fucking bullshit YouTube platform. You know, so that's why, like I said, if Spirit will feel sorry for them, so Spirit will kind of find a way for them to have a large following with that, because we live in a type of world where like money, it doesn't play fair. Money doesn't play by the book. This world is not. This world is very evil, but it gets complicated because karma is a real thing, or at least what these fucking tarot readers or these spiritualists claim, that karma is a real thing. And I don't know if it's true or not because I don't want to put fake ass false predictions. But my intuition kind of tells me not to do certain things. I'm not sure because if I was raised the right way, or maybe I have good morals and shit like that. But like I don't like doing people wrong and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but the only time I don't mind doing people wrong is when I get revenge or it's out of self defense. But even then, that's rare because I was Scorpio Mars. Usually, Scorpio Mars are very tense, but they don't start fights until other people start shit with them, and then they're very like Scorpio Mars people. They're very calculated, so they know they know their limits. So that's why they tend not to be reactive. But when people push them to their limits, then that's when they quote unquote use their stinger and they sting people, and then people regret that shit. You know. But yeah, but basically this world is bullshit. Nothing is fair, and this is why like I'm subscribed to Chauncey One. This is why I resonate with Chauncey One's videos. Chauncey One's videos and his lives, he speaks real shit. He knows how to break shit down. Because what makes him different from most these bullshit ass YouTubers is that like Chauncey One, he actually has life experiences. He has life experiences. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. Other people, they just talk about new age bullshit, especially these tarot readers. They talk about new age bullshit, and they just like to give people false hope and a fucking like make believe dream that how life is should be, how life is supposed to be, or like we're all love and light, or like, or you could track this, you could track that, you know, self-love journey. All that is bullshit. And Chance One, he exposes that shit and he breaks that shit down because he actually has life experiences. He's not fake like most of these YouTubers. And ironically, unfortunately, Chance One, he's shadow banned. But yeah, you have these bum ass YouTubers who make a fucking living off of just promoting stupid ass shit, and they're not speaking half as real shit as Chauncey One or Mooney Mercury Baby or anyone else that speaks real shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially these fucking tarot readers. Like I'm so tired of this shit. Like you see these fucking tarot readers. Like I be observing all these tarot readers who have the most subscribers and shit. Like they be saying like I can see through the bullshit. Like they know what they're doing. Like they're purposely making similar readings to to draw in their subscribers or their viewers, because they're aware that their viewers, subscribers, they're fucking retarded, and I don't know, they're putting them in some type of witchcraft or spell, but like they like to draw them in through codependency, because they all do the same shit. They all make love readings, they all make romantic readings, and they draw these people in and shit, you know? And that's how they're able to get revenue. And there is, since like, because the only reason why people are watching romance and romantic love tarot readings is so like they could like again, so they, because the reason why people watch those videos is because they have a codependency with their ex, right? Either that, or they're hopeless romantics, or they can't get pussy, or if they're females, they can't get good dick, right? Or they can't get a good man because they themselves ain't shit. So they watch a lot of tarot readings. These are the type of people these tarot readers attract, and a lot of people are like that. This is why in OnlyFans they're able to make a living the way they are, because they have a lot of fucking simps that are subscribing. They're able to watch their shit, even though we have access to fucking porn and shit. They don't. They'll still rather subscribe to OnlyFans and support these prostitutes and fucking give them their hard-earned money, even though porn is available. You know what I'm saying? So you got these simps that are fucking everything up for these women. And these women, they don't have a problem shaking their ass and being naked and being a fucking whore and a slut and having an OnlyFans. You see, if I was a father and if my wife, like, if we had a kid, I hope to get a son. I would not want a daughter. Because imagine having a daughter in this fucking society. You know how easily women are programmed? Women aren't even faithful to these men out here. Why do you think there's so many generational curses and dysfunctional family members? Because these fucking women, they have horrible decision making. They always pick the worst fucking men out there. And I don't give a fuck if you're a woman, if you're watching this. No, get the fuck out of here. Because you women, you have a vagina. You have a pussy. So you actually dictate whether whose dick is going to be inside you. You are the gatekeeper of sex. You are. You have a fucking pussy and you have the ability to pop out a fucking baby. So you women, you are responsible for who you allow into your life. Yes, there are men who are manipulative and narcissistic, but as women, y'all should know better, especially as a woman, because the women, y'all can attract so much fucking men out here. But yet y'all choose the shittiest men and y'all want to play victim and be like, oh, he's a narcissist. Nah, bitch, because most of y'all lack accountability. And then when y'all stupid asses have, because you guys have no self-control. I don't get when women say men, they don't have self-control when it comes to sex. Nah, bitch. Women, they don't have self-control when it comes to sex. They can't control that shit. Why do you think the average woman has so much body counts? You know what I'm saying? Most men out here, they can't get pussy. They can't get women just like that. And knowing that there's so much risks for men to do that, because if they say the wrong thing or they make the wrong move, then they're considered to be a pervert or like weird or a fucking creep. Whereas women, they simply got to spread their legs and be sexually available, and they can point any fucking man they want. So I don't get when women say men lack sexual discipline. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you have a pussy, and yet you have a large fucking body count, and you're fucking pregnant, and you create bastard children with the worst shitty ass fucking men, because you can't control yourself and you can't control your mental health because you lack accountability and you like to blame the whole fucking world from your problems. So when y'all have kids, then y'all create dysfunctional families, and that's how you create generational curses, and then y'all divorce, and then that traumatizes the kids, because now these kids, they can barely see the father because the law and the court is always on the woman's side. And the women, they think they can raise 2 kids, or they think they could be a single fucking parent and raise the whole household, which they can't, because as a son and a daughter, they need not only the mother, but they need the father. Without no father figure, it creates emotionally unstable kids. You know, this is why it's a scientific. There are facts. There's a large percentage that like that there's a higher percentage of a crime rate within males who are raised in single parent households by the mother. Same thing with women. This is why you have a lot of crimes and school shootings and fights and all this bullshit, because especially in the hood, because women, they lack self-control. They can't control their fucking pussy or their fucking sexual desires, and then they pick the worst fucking men out here because they lack accountability. They like to blame the whole world, and because of that, they refuse to do the healing work and the shadow work. And that's how they create generational curses. And it's an ongoing cycle of abuse, dysfunction, and mental illnesses. You know what I'm saying? fucking bullshit. Like this whole world is just fucking stupid. So not only we're dealing with that, right? But then we're dealing with money restrictions. We're dealing with corrupt government, child trafficking, and all this other bullshit, right? Then you got time speeding up, and then you got demonic entities within the spiritual realm that are infiltrating and taking over people's minds into them doing horrible shit. And not only that, so not only we're dealing with all that and spiritual warfare, we're also dealing with of course, wars and battles happening on all these countries with Russia and Ukraine. But then you have like most of society, they promote bullshit. This is why they like to promote junk food. They like to promote alcohol all over these fucking gas stations and these fucking food industries. You know what I'm saying? This is why when you go to the average store, all you see is fucking snacks, and these snacks aren't even good for you. You see fast food everywhere you go. Instead of fast food, have a fucking I don't know, a fucking like veggie, or just like have like a whole food fast food, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But no, they have these burgers and these fucking fried foods, which is not really meat. It's more than likely it's probably human flesh. You know, because they can't, like, realistically, they're not killing all these animals, because the average American eats a lot of fast food. And we have over 1 million people, not including these other third world countries. You think these people are eating like animals? No, these fast foods, they don't produce animals. They produce human flesh. It's dead humans they're eating. On top of all that hormones and shit. That's what Chauncey once said. Like, all these foods is poisonous. The best diet is fasting and juicing and eating fruits and veggies. But even then, that's poisonous. That's a lot of pesticides, and so this whole realm is fucked. And this is why, like, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if there's certain spirits or souls who tend to really hate this world, because more than likely they're volunteered to come down here and to observe and try to help people and shit. I don't know. It gets complicated, but I fucking hate this timeline I'm in. This timeline is just so outdated. It's so restricted. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already know, like, and that's the thing too. Like, if you're trying to be wealthy and make a lot of money through your talents and God-given gifts, because we all have gifts, we all have talents, and if we use those, then we can make wealth. But, like, how I look at it is like, yes, I have the ability to make a lot of wealth, a lot of money, but do I really gotta fucking, like, because the more money you have, the more wealth, then the more you gotta budget, the more you gotta do your finances. Like, I'm not gonna do all that shit. And not only that, but, like, because I watched a tarot reading. I'm not gonna name who, but I watched a tarot reading. It was a pick a card tarot reading, and it says, you know, you're meant to be wealthy, but what's blocking you? And I'm aware I am meant to be wealthy, because none of this world excites me, and I know I'm meant for bigger, better things. You know what I'm saying? But it's just bullshit. And I was watching the videos. I picked a card, and it said, like, part of my blockage is my mental health and my self-limiting beliefs. But how I look at it is this. Well, yeah, because I have those, because Spirit, God, they purposely put me around abusive family members and a fucking emotionally unavailable mother and a fucking absent father. And I'm meant to break generational curses. That's also one of the reasons why I'm meant to be wealthy. So, like, yeah, well, it's not my fault that God purposely put me through a fucked up family. So now I got to heal my emotional wounds and shit in order for me to attract wealth. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't take life personally, because I can see through the bullshit of life. And, like, this is why I can't explain it, but I don't take shit personal. Obviously, I do take it seriously, to where, like, just shit like that piss me off, and it's annoying and shit, because you got this human experience. It's just so fucking annoying having to put up with, because this world, this society, it restricts you. Money restricts you. You can't travel around the world without a car. How you supposed to have a car? You need money to buy a car. How you supposed to maintain a car? You need to maintain a car by finances. How you supposed to travel around the world? You can't do that without money, because you gotta put gas in a fucking car, right? You know what I'm saying? How you supposed to buy a house if you want to live at a certain area? You can't buy a house without fucking finances, right? You know what I'm saying? Like me, I live in Kansas, and I fucking hate living in that shit, right? It's cold as shit. There's nothing to fucking do in here. It's the middle of nowhere. I rather live in California, by the beach, by Santa Monica, by Venice Beach, so I have shit to do and I have hobbies I actually enjoy doing, like going to the fucking beach, hiking, working out, doing yoga, playing some sports, and just doing my own thing, going to the gym and working out. That's part of my hobbies, right? And maybe making YouTube videos and using self-expression as an art form through my fucking platform, right? But in order for me to move to that area, I need finances. And how am I supposed to maintain a fucking house? I need to make stable income. But how are you supposed to make stable income? You have to work at a fucking job that more than likely you probably don't enjoy doing, you know? And I saw a comment on YouTube. It said that like most of these jobs aren't even forced upon us. It's voluntarily, which is true. So because at the end of the day, we have the free will to decide if we want to work for these jobs or not. We have the free will, right? Which is true. So why is it that like since these jobs are voluntarily, because we don't have to do it, we're not put on gunpoint to work for these jobs. But since it's voluntarily, then why the fuck are we getting charged and taxed and we can't have our own place to stay. We can't move around like that but we can't do that if we don't work a fucking job. So this world that tells you this world is fucking controlled. You know what I'm saying? It's controlled demolition. I understand there's people have it worse in third world countries, and we have access to the fucking internet to where like we like with access to the internet, you have information to make more money, you have information to work for these jobs and network more, right? But that's not the point. The point is that like everything is restricted and you can't do shit without money. And like I said, we have access to the internet, right? So why don't we have so many billionaires and millionaires compared to back then? We do have a decreased amount, but we don't have as much. Why is that? Is because the society is still restricted, is still corrupted in some way. And with what makes Chauncey One's channel videos so interesting that like he breaks down like the spirit, he breaks down karmic energies to where like not everyone is capable of being wealthy or they're not able to generate a lot of wealth like that, because like Chauncey One said, those weren't exact words, but he said something like because people have certain blockages and karma that they got to clear out in order for them to even be in a position to attract wealth and finances like that. And not only that, but in order for you to even have finances and wealth, you have to have certain experiences, or you have to, your soul, your spirit has to experience certain type of misery, certain type of pain, and you have to make a lot of sacrifices from your desires in order for you to even maintain and attract that wealth in the first place. And not too many people are going to do that. Not too many people, like this human experience is very painful. Like Chauncey once said, we have a nervous system, we feel pain. Be outside in the cold. I'm outside in the cold. It's fucking snowing. You see all this shit right here? It's in my fucking car. All this shit is snow right here. It's like fucking like 8 degrees out here. I can't go outside having no clothes on. I'm fucking like, I'm gonna feel pain. I'm gonna have frostbite and shit like that. So the human experience is not pretty. It's just painful. No one wants to experience that shit. We already experienced a lot of bullshit being a fucking human, being enslaved by corrupt government and this realm even allowing this shit, and us having a nervous system and everything's poison and shit like that, and like there's no meaning behind this life, you know what I'm saying? So like we're already dealing with a lot of bullshit like that. You have a lot of people that have mental health issues and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's easy for the human body to develop a lot of trauma because the human body is so fucking fragile, you know what I'm saying? So like it's just bullshit. There are certain my biggest question is like there's certain like people who are spiritual and they drop real shit, right? I'm talking about specifically tarot readers and other people who I resonate with, right? So they tend to believe in God, right? But how I look at it is like, okay, y'all believe in God, and according to God, we're meant to break generational curses. We're meant to be wealthy, right? But why is it that that same God allows world corruption to happen? That same God allows so much people to suffer and go through hell? Just the fact that we have generational curses from family bloodlines that have been happening for generations to generations. So why all of a sudden God picks a random ass fucking spirit or a soul to break that shit? Why one person? Why can't it be multiple people? And even if it is multiple people, because that is the case sometimes, why is it not consistent like that within multiple families? It's not like that because, so like when people believe in God or like they like to say, like what Chauncey once said, I thank God, this and that, I'm blessed. That's bullshit, because if these same people believe that God is meant to bless us with wealth and abundance and happiness and to break generational curses, then technically that same God also allows corruption and abuse within the family household to begin with in the first place. Because God could so easily end all this shit. But no, God uses human beings to do the fucking dirty work and go through all this bullshit just for the sake of a fucking human experience in this bullshit ass realm. Because in this fucking realm, this realm has no meaning. So this is why God creates a lot of obstacles and a lot of fucked up situations just so God could keep certain spirits and souls engaged in this realm, because God knows in this realm there ain't shit to offer in this fucking realm, because everything's meaningless. This is why there's so much world corruption, because there's no fucking meaning. You know what I'm saying? The only meaning, at least for me, is to experience this shit. Most of these jobs don't satisfy me. Most things are boring. This is why, like, I'm the type of person where, like, I just want to be financially free. And I'm aware other people have my mindset as well. We all think like this, but I'm aware that, like, if I was financially free, yeah, I'll have fun. I'll fucking travel around the world. I'll live in a warm climate area. I'll go to the beach every fucking day. I'll meet new people. I'll travel around the world. I'll do my own thing. And I don't have to work at a bum ass fucking job full of disrespectful ass people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is weird, man. I keep having, like, I'm alive. It keeps saying one person and then zero, 1 and 0. So when someone keeps joining my live, you keep going back out. Whoever is doing that, you're fucking weird. Fuck you. You know? But motherfucker's weird. But yeah, but it's just weird though. You know, it was weird. Like, how the fuck, like, this is why I don't get, man. Because, like, this shit is weird. Like, I'm telling you, like, man, like, there's certain channels that drop real shit. They drop real information. But why aren't they getting more subscribers? Why aren't they getting more views, right? It's just fucking weird, man. And whenever they do lives, they always have the same people commenting and liking the videos, but yet you have like 20 people watching or 10 people watching, and they don't comment back. They don't like this shit. The YouTube algorithm is so fucking weird. So it makes you question what the fuck is actually going on. Like, go watch Chauncey One's channel. Like, he drops real shit, but it kind of pissed me off. Or like whenever he makes lives and shit, like he always has like 10 people watching, but like only like me and Zealous and it's like other few people comment and like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, 10 people and they just fucking lurk and they don't even like, you know what I'm saying? They can't even leave a fucking comment, you know what I'm saying? And Chauncey One, he has like 400 subscribers. So what the fuck is actually going on with the YouTube algorithm? This shit is fucking weird. But yeah, at the same time, you have other spiritualists and YouTubers who don't even drop as half as information compared to these other YouTubers. But yeah, they're getting multiple views. They're getting thousands of views and likes and subscribers. So what the fuck's actually going on? Like, everything is so fucking backwards. You know what I'm saying? So this whole making money, being wealthy, all that shit is just proper. It's just bullshit. You know, people like to speak shit. They like to make videos based on their own perspectives. And what the things they're saying is not facts, because these same people, they lack life experiences. They lack a fucking awareness of human experience, of the human mind. They only like to, like, people like to project on their videos. This is why I be observing certain spiritual videos and shit like that in my mind. Like, what the fuck are they talking about? Or like, where are these getting? Where are they getting these downloads from? Or like, who the fuck are they communicating within these higher realms? Because clearly, with the shit they're saying, it's not adding up, or it's just fucking is weird. It's stupid. Same people talk about the Anunnaki. And I don't know, man. Most spiritual YouTubers, they're just delusional. And they have a lot of mental issues, you know. And I'm only talking about YouTubers, spiritualists who have a large following. I'm not talking about people who I subscribe to. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people who have a large following, because they all talk about stupid ass shit. I'm also talking about other spiritualists who doesn't have as much large following, and the ones I don't usually subscribe to. I just observe them, and they just talk about, like, they just talk about religious shit, and then they give people's false predictions. In my mind, like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, are these people okay? So you really gotta be careful who you follow on YouTube, especially in the spiritual community, because people, they be talking about weird ass shit. I don't know if they're on some type of drug, or like they're getting certain downloads from a demonic spirit. I don't know what the fuck they're getting. I don't know where they're getting those information from. They're just full of shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird. It's just weird how, like, most people who have a lot of subscribers, they their information is useless. It's not deep. It's just weird, man. So yeah, and people, when they say, "Oh, your content is not good enough," or "No, it's not that." Chauncey One, he broke this shit down. Like, it's about the energy. It's about, like, if you talk a certain way, or we're talking about certain things, they're not gonna promote you like that. And even Chauncey, he made a great point where, like, in this reality, in this realm, if you're too good at what you do, if you're really great, this realm has a thing to where like it can shut you down, or it's not gonna force you to become great. Like this realm only accepts mediocrity. This is why it makes sense. So this is why people who have a large following like that, they don't drop as good information compared to people who are shadow banned and shit like that. This is why you got dumbass prostitutes who make a lot of money off of OnlyFans and YouTube, and you have these stupid ass tarot readers who predict false information and give people false hope purposely, so they can attract codependent viewers and subscribers and shit like that. And they actually make a living off of that. So it's a sad fucking world we live in. So everything, this whole society is manipulation. And just like what Chanti once said, and I agree with him, in order for you to be wealthy and to attract financial freedom, you have to go through certain type of bullshit and misery, and or if you're not attracting it, or if you have trouble attracting it, it's because you have a lot of blockages and certain type of karma that you have to go through. Or if you're a stronger or tougher spirit, you have to go through more bullshit than the average person, because we do have weaker spirits that this is why they're able to attract a lot of wealth and finances. Because like I said earlier in this video, these same people who make a large following within these subscribers and shit, they have nothing to offer in the real world. So spirit kind of feels sorry for these people, and they like to balance that shit out by giving them a large following so they can make a living off of that without them having to do shit. In terms of the real world, this is why most people who don't talk about as good information, they either have like certain type of like physical body conditions or mental health issues, so they can't function in the fucking real world. So this is why spirit grants them with a lot of followers and shit like that. You know, and I don't care if you're watching this. I don't care if you disagree or if you feel triggered. I really don't give a fuck. I'm speaking this shit from my perspective because this shit's annoying. But yeah, but it's just bullshit how like no matter how hard I work, no matter how many things I try, spirit will always kind of fuck me over. And people watching this, you may think or say, "Oh, I'm not working hard enough," or "I'm not in the right alignment." Shut the fuck up, because you're not in. No, fuck that. No, I know, because you don't know my life. You don't know the type of shit I have to go through to get to where I have to go to. It took me a long ass time to get to where I need to go, to even have a fucking car and to make stable income and shit like that. It took me a long ass time. But unfortunately, I don't have control over the place I'm living at. I don't have control around the people I'm with. I don't have control over the types of, like I said, the types of people I'm with. I had to cut off all of my family members because they're all fucking retarded. They're all abusive as shit. And they all work together as a team to fucking target me. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to deal with that? By cutting them off and just not dealing with them. But it's bullshit how, like, I'm not even doing anything to them, but they start attacking me. I don't know if it's demonic entities or what the fuck is going on. And this is why I'm drawn to, I'm meant to break generational curses, and I gotta go through all this bullshit. So I didn't know I'm meant to be wealthy. I didn't know I am gonna be wealthy, but it's just the fact that I had to go through so much bullshit, and I gotta do so much shit just to even get that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing all that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Like, fuck spirit, fuck God. They put you through so much bullshit. And just like what Chauncey once said, this, no matter how good you are to this world will do whatever it takes to make you have a cold fucking heart. I understand it could be a test from spirit or God, or maybe there are certain spirits like me and other people who we have such a strong ass spirit that like God will constantly throw bullshit at us even though we don't fucking deserve it. You know what I'm saying? For example, my life, right? I was in the hometown to where like there's no opportunity over there. There's nothing to do over there. I didn't have a car, and like I said, there's no opportunity with me when it comes to jobs and money, right? So I was working on a bullshit mall job, making some money, but I couldn't afford a car. I couldn't afford my own place, and I was around abusive, retarded family members, right? And I couldn't get out of that situation, so I was stuck. So I constantly had to endure physical and mental abuse. The cops had to constantly be involved. There was a lot of violence. I was constantly getting kicked out of the house. I constantly had to move in with my grandma's house, right? So then I had no choice but to join the military. So I studied my ass off. I keep failing the test. I eventually passed the test with a very high grade. No, not high grade, a high score. So that gave me the opportunity to get out of my abusive family situation, because the military is the only gateway for me to leave that household and to leave my area in general with, because the area I was living in had no opportunity to be successful because it was a dead end, middle of a desert area in California. literally no opportunity. So that tells you that, like, without a doubt, so that tells you right there that my life path, I had no choice but to join the military. Like, isn't that not clear evidence? Like, I was raised around abusive family members, and I couldn't get away from them by staying in that bum ass fucking area with no fucking opportunity, right? That tells you that, like, I did not have free will over that. I had no control over that. You know what I'm saying? There's more opportunities. If I had a car, if I had stable income, yeah, I would have gone out of that situation. But I had no car. I remember my bank account only had $1 left. Because keep in mind, because while before I enlisted, while I was studying to get out of that situation, to be in the military, while I was working at that job, I was working at the mall job, and like I was dealing with a covert narcissist. Like he was a boss, but he wasn't my boss. He was a guy, like, he worked across from my workplace at the mall. Cause at the mall, I work at the food court, right? If you're familiar with the food court, you have food courts that work across from each other, right? I was dealing with a manipulative, I can't fucking say the word, a manipulative boss, right? And other people, where he was spreading rumors about me, and he's trying to turn other people against me. So these people were constantly mad dogging me. They're talking behind my back, and they're trying to, like, intimidate me, shit like that. And this shit was happening for fucking months. And it was pissing me the fuck off. I called security. I tried to confront him politely and respectfully and professionally, and they keep on doing the same shit. It's been going on for damn near almost a year, right? Eventually, I lost my breaking point. I lost my shit. I cussed his ass out. I was all up on his face. I call him a bitch. I call him certain slurs that I'm not gonna mention, but just know that I let him have. I was yelling at him at the middle of the mall. A lot of people were watching. People were recording me, because what I experienced was reaction abuse. If you're watching this video, if you don't know what reaction abuse is, then that's on you. Do your fucking research. So I experienced reaction abuse, right? Never in my life had I ever cussed someone out like that so bad, and I fucking, like, yelled at a person or threatened someone like that. It was so bad to where someone had to fucking record me and shit like that. And I've been told the security to come down here, so I was calling him a bitch. I was calling him like, who the fuck do you think you are? I'm gonna fuck his ass up and shit like that. And I'm smart too. And keep in mind, I was trying to join the military, so, like, I didn't want to risk going to jail or prison over violence. So I was kind of baiting him into laying hands on me so I could lay hands on them. But unfortunately, he didn't lay any hands on me, so I didn't lay hands on him. But I was all up on his face. I was threatening him and shit like that. And then some of his coworkers were saying some slick comments. Then I was like, "Shut the fuck up, you fat bitch," and whatever. And then, like, I think that kind of triggered her to record me, because that same fat bitch recorded me and shit like that. But, like, keep in mind, and like, I was saying all this shit on the fucking waiting line. So there was like fucking like 50 people on the fucking waiting line at the mall. So I was fighting with him in the middle of the mall. So everyone thought I was going crazy. Long story short, it resulted in me getting kicked out of the mall. I did not get fired from my job, because my job needed me, because we were short staffed. But unfortunately, that jackass, like covert narcissist, he likes to fuck with people, right? So that resulted in me getting suspended from the mall for a year. So that in itself, so keep in mind, so by then I had no job. I was in an abusive household, and I was stuck in this shitty living area, right? So I had no choice but to join the military. I kept on studying. I kept on failing the test over and over, but I didn't want to give up. I kept studying. I finally passed it with a high score, and I got out of that situation, and now I'm here, right? And ironically, before that, I contacted my personal tarot reader. I booked the readings from her about this guy, and the same guy who was playing all these mind games kept mad dogging me and harassing me covertly. She mentioned that, like, that same guy, he actually does that shit towards other people. So it's not just me. He does that shit towards other people, and he thinks it's like a fucking game, and he's very narcissistic, and he's doing this shit out of because he thinks low of himself, you know. And keep in mind, he was twice my age and twice my size. He was a big dude doing this shit, you know. But this is how the world is. This is how my life experience are. Where, like, I experience a lot of, like, weird shit like this from adults twice my age, twice my height. Same thing with family members. Like, I'm not making this shit up. I have all my family members. They're all they all don't like me. Like they all like that. They all have something against me. You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, I never start shit with them. But like I said, if you're meant to break generational curses, you're going to experience a lot of spiritual warfare. It's bullshit. It's fucked up. So fast forward, I'm in the military, and this is why I'm so pissed, because it's like I'm in a shitty area where it's fucking cold and I can't do shit, and I'm living in this shitty ass barracks apartment. You know what I'm saying? So once my contract is on, I'm getting the fuck out. I'm probably gonna move to California or Arizona or somewhere hot, and then I'm just gonna do my own thing and hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I already know Spirit's gonna have my back, because I'm not. No, man. I'm just sick of this shit. You know, but yeah, it is what it is though. But yeah, but to be honest, I don't know what this video is about. I'm just releasing my thoughts and shit because I'm so fucking mad. And the reason why I'm so mad is because like I can't go outside like that, so I can't really run. I can't get my workout on. The gyms are closed, you know. And there are some gyms open, but I'm just pissed off, man. Like I'm just like it gets frustrating when you're working so hard to want more out of life, but no matter how hard you work in your destination, you're not pleased with it. So I'm gonna use it as motivation to explore new things, to try new things, and to want more out of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna settle. I don't ever want to settle. And if it means me dying trying, then so fucking be it. You know what I'm saying? So fucking be it. I'm not gonna settle until I'm satisfied with life. Until I'm in a what's the word? So I'm content with the living area I'm in, with not only within my house or apartment, but with the area I'm living in. Like the climate, weather is hot, it's nice and warm. I'm by the beach. Like I know where to locate at California. I know exactly where to locate. I want to live in Santa Monica by Venice Beach. That's where the fuck I want to live at. And if I can't afford that, then I'll probably live in Arizona or Phoenix. You know? If not that, probably Dallas, Texas. But I have my eye on California. But what sucks is that like I am from California, so like my abusive family members and damn near my enemies, they are in California. They're just like a couple hours away from Santa Monica and Los Angeles. It is what it is, though. You know, the reason I want to live in California because there's actually shit to do over there. And these other states, there's not really nothing to do over there. You know what I'm saying? But and it's always fucking cold over here too. California's at least it has good weather. You know, but yeah, but I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna let spirit or God or the universe. I'm not gonna let them get in my head or let them kind of fuck with me, even though it is frustrating. And maybe spirit or God, maybe they're purposely put me through fucked up situations or situations that are very like annoying, so maybe so I can help other people in the long run, or maybe it's for my soul growth, or maybe because I've done some bad things in my past life, so now I'm paying in this lifetime due to karma. Who the fuck knows? All I know is that like at times, and I'm aware how life is. People are gonna say, "Oh, just have gratitude." People have it worse, or like that's how life is. Life is gonna throw you curveballs. Everyone experiences that shit. I already fucking know that. I'm grown, but but that's not the main thing. I'm just talking about how like I'm not gonna let spirit or life get to me. I'm gonna use that as motivation to not give up, to not settle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, but it's just weird. So when you're meant to big generate is I'm talking to myself. What all the things I'm saying, take that and make it resonate towards your life. So try to find things that I'm talking about, and if it resonates with your life, then make it resonate. If you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. I'm just projecting. I'm talking about my life experiences. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to make sense. The shit I'm talking about is not even facts, but I'm just speaking shit from my perspective. To me, I make sense. You know, and I'm where I could be wrong, but I might end this live, man. It's fucking cold and my hands are freezing as shit. But yeah, but that's what I'm getting at, man. Like I'm just so tired of being restricted. This is why I hate this world so much. I hate this society. I hate this human experience. I hate this timeline because everything keeps you fucking restricted. Even if I were to be wealthy and very successful and be able to travel and afford things I want to do, I'm still gonna be pissed the fact that I even had to experience all the bullshit and all the dumbass shit that I had to experience earlier in my life. You know what I'm saying? All the abuse and all this dumbass shit. I'm so over this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck all that shit, man. Like for real. You know? Because me, like, I know it's because I have a lot of Scorpio placements, but I have actually hold a lot of grudges. Even though, and I'm not even like that in real life. See, I'm not like most people. But most people, they like to project their negative emotions towards other people in real life. Me, I'm not like that. Because I treat people how I want to be treated. I treat people with respect and dignity, and that's how I expect to be treated. But unfortunately, most people don't think like that. Most people are very mentally weak, and they don't have an outlet to release their emotions. This one of the reasons why I study astrology and I make YouTube videos and I do a lot of exercises, so I won't project that shit towards people. And even if I don't have the opportunity to do those things, I still won't project that shit towards people. But other people, they do that shit. This is why we have a lot of jackasses and cunts around this world and narcissistic people. Because people are fucking weak. God damn, I can't feel my hands, man. Hang on, I'm gonna turn on the heater. Yeah, I'm gonna turn on the fucking heater, man. I'm gonna continue this live. This has been long live. There's certain things I want to expose within this world too, or in this human experience. Because these same YouTubers who have a lot of fucking subscribers and a following, they don't talk about that shit. So why not I talk about that shit? Because all these YouTubers, they just talk about dumbass shit that doesn't even fucking matter. Especially these fucking tarot readers. All these tarot readers, all they do is give people false hope. And what they get twisted, or what I read about Twitter. Wait, that's at Twitter. I'm at tarot. These tarot readers, when they say shit, you gotta keep in mind, tarot is timeless. It's limitless. It's timeless, right? So when they give you a prediction, or like when they say you're gonna be wealthy, or like you're gonna experience certain things in life, keep in mind it might not happen next year or a couple certain amount of months. It might happen in 10 to 20 years, or maybe even 30 years. You know, because there's certain times where like I'll book tarot readings, and I also watch tarot videos, and they'll say shit where like, oh, I'm meant to have a loving partner, I'm meant to attract certain finances and wealth, but they never tell me when I'm going to experience that shit. And they said that shit like fucking like 10, not 10, but like they said that shit like fucking 6 years ago. And still to this day, I don't have a fucking loving partner. I'm still around shitty ass people. If anything, people gone worse to where I had to cut them off like abusive fucking family members. And I'm still not wealthy. I'm still stuck in a bum ass job full of dumb ass people, and just, you know what I'm saying? In a shitty ass fucking living area. So, and it's not that I'm not putting in the work. No, I work extremely hard. I try to change situations in my life. I've done whatever it takes. But unfortunately, like what Chan Simon says, we do not have free will. Spirit wants you to experience certain things in life in order for you to get to your destination. So this is why when certain tarot readers tell you you're going to experience this, you're going to experience abundance, that doesn't mean you're going to experience that shit in a couple months or next year you're not going to experience that fast. It might take years. It might take 20 years. It might take 30 years. This is why I feel like I am meant to be wealthy, and just like keep watching this. We're all meant for great things. We're all meant to be wealthy. But I'm talking about specifically for me. I feel like for me, it might take a longer time because of what my spirit wants me to fucking learn. So because I feel like part of my life mission, or part of my life path, is to help people through my life experiences. I could be wrong, but that's my conclusion on why I have to keep experiencing a lot of injustice type of situations. Even though I'm not doing anything, I keep attracting dumbass people or just miserable ass jobs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This is why I have over 600 videos when it comes to self-help, because I've actually experienced all that shit. I'm not saying I'm all knowing, but I have a lot of life experiences. You know? But yeah, but I'm talking about so I feel like spirit or God, I feel like they hide your talents and they hide your skills. So I feel like we all have certain gifts and talents and skills, but for some reason God or our higher self or our spirit is not going to make us have access to it unless we experience certain things in life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm aware that I probably do have certain talents and skills that I'm not aware of that I do have, but I probably won't make use of it or even be aware of it until I experience certain things in life. So I'll probably have more access to different talents and skills in like 5 to 10 years or maybe even 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But it's how spirit is, you know what I'm saying? But it's just fucked up how like spirit or God, they'll purposely put you through fucked up abusive situations and they expect you to overcome it and move on from it, to help other people from it, and in order for you to attract wealth and abundance. What kind of fucked up shit is that? It's fucked up, man. And I understand when it comes to spirituality, it's limitless. So it's not about perspective, it's about multiple perspectives. So this is why people say it's all about attitude. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the mindset. So how someone may view as a situation as very unbearable and they may be the victim, so they're gonna play the victim. But you have someone else who will look at that same situation and they'll use it as motivation. And the person who's gonna use that as motivation, they're gonna gain more wisdom and knowledge, and they're gonna become a lot more successful compared to the person who played victim. Even though they both are victims, it's about the mindset, right? So I feel like that was spirit wants you to do. And when I look back at my life situations, I feel like, so this is why, like, with me, like, I don't project my bullshit behavior towards people. Yes, I cuss a lot. Yes, I project a lot on YouTube, but I don't act like that in real life. In real life, I treat people with respect. I treat people with kindness. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like spirit, it forced me to have a positive mindset. It forced me to be very kind-hearted, because in order for me to get out of the situations that I've experienced, I had to have a positive attitude. You know, that's why I mentioned my old videos. All the things I've experienced, I'm surprised I'm not in jail or in prison, because the average person, I don't like saying average person, but like what I meant is that like the things I've experienced, I could have easily gone to the other path in life and to kill these people or to cause a lot of harm and damage that would have resulted in me going to jail or prison. But I decided not to take certain actions that will put me into jail or prison. Instead, I took the highway and I used that as motivation to build myself back up from scratch multiple times. And that made me have a certain mindset where like, I don't want people to experience what I had to experience growing up. Either that or I just view life at such an optimistic way to where like I don't take life personally, but at the same time I take it seriously. I take it seriously because I want to experience great things. I want to prove people wrong, and I want to prove myself, and I want to make myself proud, and I want to live a happy life that I'm satisfied. But I don't take life personally to the point where like I try not to play victim as much. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Because life is just a fucking game. We do not have free will. All the fucked up and even good shit we experience, all that shit was destined and pre-orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? At least I believe in that. I believe all the people I've met, all the places I've lived at, all the jobs I worked at, all the bullshit and abusive shit I've experienced within family members and just other people, I feel like all that shit I was meant to experience that shit. Not saying I agree with it. I disagree with how spirit does things, but unfortunately, this is how life is. This is how God is. This is how the universe is, you know? And the reason why, in my opinion, I've experienced those things is so I could learn from these experiences, so I can help other people or myself, so I can gain wisdom to make me a stronger person, so I can be a better version of myself. And in return, I can use that to my advantage to build wealth. Just some dumb shit like that. But life is just a fucking game. This is why you have time speeding up. This is why we have world corruption that's been going on for thousands of fucking years. Because life is just a fucking joke. Because it is a fucking joke. So don't take life personally. You know what I'm saying? And having the mindset of not taking life personally, it'll get you far in life. Because if you don't take life personally, it'll force you to like take risks. It'll force you to take action in life to where like no matter what, no matter what your outcome is, no matter how people view you, it's not gonna bother you or faze you, because you know deep down, you know how life is, you know how life works, you know how you're aware that life is a game, life is short, we're all gonna die, and everything is pre-planned, and you do not have free will. Spirit, God, your higher self, they call the shots. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then why not just live life to the fullest? Take risks, do things that you always fear doing, and be great at life. You know what I'm saying? And when I say be great in life and take risks, I'm not saying you have to overwork yourself and burn yourself out. No, it could be anything, you know? You can simply live life just chilling, doing your own thing, you know? If you love drawing all day, just do that, you know what I'm saying? If you don't like working, then just do that, you know what I'm saying? Or if you love working hard and burning yourself out, then do that, you know what I'm saying? Just live life on your own terms and do what you gotta do, you know? And like I said, life is a fucking game. Life is short, time is speeding up. The average human dies when they're like 80 or 90 years old. The most a human being lives when they're 100. So life is full of shit, you know what I'm saying? It is full of shit. But not only that, but then there's other worlds out there after you die. I do believe there's an afterlife because I've seen spirits, I've seen demonic entities, and I personally, my own opinion, I believe that I came across people who were possessed by a fucking demon. You know what I'm saying? Like my fucking family members and other people. This is why I seen their eyes change. I've seen their eyes change. I've seen them change personalities. And I personally seen shadow figures. And I've literally seen a ghost walk across my room. I mentioned that in my old videos. Go through my channel and type in my paranormal. I made a video about my paranormal experiences. Just scroll down my video and just type it down and you're going to see it. It was like a year ago. So I'm aware that like there is a spiritual side to life after this fucking realm. You know what I'm saying? I've physically seen spirits like that. I know what it's like to be attacked by lower vibrational entities like shadow figures, you know? Like I said, I'm not gonna mention all that, but just watch my old videos. I talked about last year. I talked about my paranormal experiences. It's a long video. So yeah, so it's hard to explain. Like I said, you don't have to agree with what I believe in, but this is how I observe my life. This is how I observe shit. Basically, all the things I've experienced, I don't take it personal, but it still affects me though. It still affects me. I still have trauma that I need to overcome, and I still feel some type of way, and I still get annoyed and fucking irritated by working at a bum ass job and being miserable at my fucking living area. And being at a fucking area to where I'm living at, where it's fucking cold all the time, to where I can't even go outside and do shit. And I'm living in a small ass fucking living area. It's fucking small. Like I can't do shit. I can't fucking do stretches and shit like that. It's just fucking irritating. You know? But like I said, it's all about gratitude. I'm aware it's all about gratitude. You know, people have it worse in third world countries and shit. But I'm just fucking saying. You know, like it's just annoying how like you don't really have control of your life. Spirit dictates your life situations, your circumstances, and the people you're forced to be around with. The only time you have free will is that you have the free will to move your body, you have the free will to take action, and you have the free will to think for yourself. But when it comes to the people you meet, the circumstances you're in, and the living areas you're in, you don't have control over that. Spirit controls that shit. And even to a certain extent, the money you're making. You know what I'm saying? Because if spirit controls your circumstances, in your career situations and the people you're with, that affects finances. If anything, spirit kind of controls your emotional body too. Toronto talks about this. Spirit actually does have the ability to control your nervous system. They do. And that's actually a fact. Because I've experienced, and Toronto talked about this as well, and other people. I've experienced certain situations where I experienced certain types of soul ties to where like and where like my nervous system is overstimulating. I feel random sexual energy. Look at astrology. Astrology, it controls your free will. You have this is why you have full moon cycles, Mercury retrogrades, and all these astrological influences like Pisces season, Sagittarius season, Scorpio season. These astrological influences that happen within the planet or these planetary systems, that controls your free will, and it's actually facts that it does control your free will. You know what I'm saying? So this is why, like I said, we have Mercury retrogrades every fucking month. We have the full moon that controls our emotions and shit like that. Your emotions is part of your nervous system. Even when you get into certain relationships and sexual encounters, this is why when people say when you have sex, you develop a soul tie because you're taking in their energy. It's a very real thing. And we have a lot of fucked up people in this world because we live in a fucked up world, because God allows all this stupid ass shit to happen, because we live in a shitty ass fucking realm to where like demonic entities have a lot of access to control people's mindsets and influence. There's why there's a lot. There's why there's a lot of horrible shit within this world and society, and everything is manipulated and formed into a fucking like a negative, just a negative shit everywhere you go, like chemtrails, alcohol, fucking bullshit ass foods and shit like that. These bullshit ass jobs, wars and battles and fucking crime and just money restrictions and all this stupid ass shit. And child trafficking and all this crazy ass shit, man. But with shock and bum ass fucking presidents. Joe Biden, he's like fucking 80 years old. Why is he a fucking president? Isn't he a fucking pedophile? Why is Hillary Clinton not in prison? You know what I'm saying? Because everything, life is a fucking game. This is why, like I said, don't take life personal, because you got stupid shit like this happening. Like how the fuck are you supposed to take life personal when fucking paper money dictates your life? What kind of bullshit is that? So you're telling me you got monopoly money that you can easily rip? It has no physical control over you, but you can easily rip that shit. It's paper. That fucking paper has control over your fucking life. And not only that, that paper, it has Illuminati signs and symbols. So that deliberately tells you that we live in an evil ass world. But what makes it worse is that like we actually have worse shit in these third world countries. People don't have access to food, water, or shelter in these fucking third world countries. You know how fucked up that is? There's why people in the spiritual community, they call this hell, because it is hell. Fuck this world, fuck this realm, fuck this human experience, fuck the creator. You know what I'm saying? After I die, like who's ever, I don't know like if God is real, the universe, but who's ever responsible for even allowing this fucking realm to happen, I want to ask, like I want to confront these motherfuckers, man. And fuck my ancestors too, because my ancestors, they're responsible for perpetuating generational curses toward now me myself, only me, I had to reincarnate into a fucked up bloodline, to a dysfunctional, abusive fucking bloodline, and I got to go through all this bullshit. I got to go through all their fucking trauma and all this shit they fucking projected towards me, and they made my life a lot more difficult and harder, to where I got to break free from their bullshit, cut all contact with them, heal my trauma of what they put me through, build wealth, and not fucking deal with them. So fuck my ancestors for allowing all this bullshit to happen, especially for that long. How the fuck have all my ancestors, and they allow these generations after generations of abuse, family retardation, financial curses, all this stupid ass shit for that long? So fuck my ancestors, fuck all of them. This is why when I become wealthy and rich, I'm not gonna support them. Fuck them. They need to die off. They gotta stop reproducing. I don't want to have kids. I do not want to have kids in this lifetime. I don't. But let's say if I decide to do, for whatever reason, I'm only gonna generate my wealth towards the family that I created, not my other families. Fuck them. They could suffer. They need to die off, because they keep perpetuating a lot of trauma. That bloodline needs to die off. You know what I'm saying? The only time I'll support my bloodline is when I create my own fucking family. If I create my own fucking offspring. Fuck them, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck my ancestors. Fuck all of them. They're fucking retarded. They're fucking stupid. Like, I swear to God, man, like, if I die in the afterlife, I'm gonna cuss out all these fucking spirits out here, man. I swear to God, man. I don't know how the afterlife works, but just know that they're all getting the fucking smoke. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm not even a tough guy like that. Me, I'm a very peaceful guy. I'm not even about that life, you know? I don't like fights like that. But I do get annoyed. I do get irritated. So I do believe certain spirits and certain people need to get cussed out. If anything, I don't start fights. The only time I'll fight or cuss someone else is out of self-defense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like most people who just go out looking for fights for no reason, who like to project their bullshit towards people, who think they're know-it-alls and just fucking stuck-up bitches. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like that. You'll be surprised. The more you explore, at least in America, a lot of people are like that. They're very fucking stuck up. You know? But that's all I gotta say, man. It just sucks how like money keeps you restricted, and the weather keeps you restricted as well. You know, the winter fucking sucks. Like you can't go outside. You can't do shit in the fucking winter. You're forced to stay inside. You know what I'm saying? I can't even go outside without my fucking hands fucking like fucking freezing to death. Even if I wear gloves, you know. And most of these gyms are closed because of the cold weather. The cold weather fucking sucks. You can't do shit out here. Money restrictions suck too, because money is responsible for domestic violence and all this other shit. People can't get out of their situation through family abuse because of finances. Imagine that. Imagine to where, like, you can't even get out of your situation because you lack finances. Finances plays a huge role in people's lives, and unfortunately, spirit or God, it allows people to be put into this world to where this world controls people's lives through fucking finances. It's fucked up, man. But that's all I gotta say. There's a lot of other shit I wanna say, but I ain't got time for that. Like, comment, subscribe, have a good one. Stay true to yourself and fight for what you believe in. And if no one believes in you, just know that as long as you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. Follow your heart. You're meant for great things, and have a good one. Peace.